Salve Young Legionaries. Have you ever heard of the Romans? What about their city Rome? Haven't heard of either of them? Well, don't worry, because you're about to. Do you like mighty warriors? What about giant buildings? A strange language? You might be thinking, wow, this sounds like something from a storybook or a fantasy, but it's not. These are the Romans, and you're about to learn more. So who were the Romans? They were people that lived in the city of Rome, just like how Americans are people who live in America. Well, what was Rome then? Rome was a city and a country a very long time ago. Just like the United States, it was very large and had many kinds of people in it. Rome is located in the middle of Italy, the country in Europe that looks like a boot. It started off as just a small town and grew and grew. While it was around, its borders stretched far and wide across Europe and parts of Asia and Africa. So there was Rome, the country, but there was still Rome, the city, which served as its capital. Unlike the United States, the country of Rome no longer exists. But when did it exist? Well, before Christopher Columbus discovered the New World, before knights and castles, Rome was around during the time of Jesus Christ, which was quite a while ago. Not as far back as the pyramids were built in Egypt, but that's still a long time ago. If you'd like to know more about the history of Rome, I've made a video covering it, so just click here. Well, now you know what Rome was. But what about the Romans? What did they even look like? Well, they were well known for how they dressed. The men would wear what is called a toga. While it may look like a bedsheet wrapped around a person, the Romans were very proud of it and believed it was very elegant and civilized. The women equivalent to this was called a stola. Romans would wear these for formal events. Think like when we wear a suit and tie. This was their version of it. Well, most people today don't wear a suit and tie every day. Neither did the Romans wear a toga every day. The more casual outfit was a tunic. This would be a gown with a belt around its waist, being loose-fitting and comfortable. This would be what you'd wear to work, around the house, and even what soldiers would wear under their armor. Both the men and women would wear tunics, although tunics for men often ended at the knee, while tunics for women usually went down to their ankles. So when I say Romans, you can picture in your head what they looked like. But as you know, we humans aren't exactly quiet. So what did these Romans sound like? Romans spoke a language called Latin. Here is an example of what it sounded like.
Caesar sanctae urbis Romae Augustus, novum legatum ad Germaniam misit, senatorem publium quintilium varum.
You might be thinking to yourself right now, wow, what a strange sounding language. And to our modern ears, it does sound pretty strange. But the Romans were very proud of their Latin. In fact, many modern languages originate from Latin, like Italian, Spanish, French, and a dozen more. There are Latin phrases still used today in government and science. The greeting I started this video with, salve, means hello. Let's say that together. Salve. One more time. Salve. And once more on your own? Sounds great. And when I end this video, I will say, Vale, which means goodbye. Vale. Can you say that? Let's say it together one more time. Vale. And now on your own? Fantastic. I know it can be a little bit weird, as in English, those letters don't normally make that sound. But a reminder, in different languages, letters can make different sounds than what we're used to. Now you know a little Latin, you can speak like a true Roman. Well, now we can see and even hear Romans in our mind, but where do we put them? What did their cities and surroundings look like? The Romans were geniuses at building, but unfortunately, since they lived so long ago, we mostly only have ruins left today. But back in time, they created many marvels of engineering and building. They were able to build giant stadiums to host shows and even gladiator fights. This is the Colosseum, which still stands in the city of Rome today. You can even visit it one day in Italy. And here's what it would have looked like back then. Oh, wow! It could hold 50,000 fans, had retractable awnings to keep sun from the fans' eyes, and stood over 150 feet. You'd have to stack over 27 men on top of each other to get to the top. But what if those 50,000 spectators got thirsty? In those days, most people would have to find a well or a river to get water, but not the Romans. They brought water into their cities in giant pipelines called aqueducts. These aqueducts could stretch hundreds of miles and bring water from faraway lakes and rivers into the heart of their cities to quench their thirst. But the Romans also used this water for pools and bathhouses, allowing Romans to keep much cleaner than anyone else in the time period. Some of these bathhouses are still functioning today, allowing you to swim in a pool made 2,000 years ago. And you know what the craziest part is? They did this without any electricity or power. Now that's insane. Well, now you know a lot about the Romans, but you may be asking yourself, how did they expand and become so powerful? You see, the Romans were able to expand because of their strong army. While we call them soldiers today, the Romans called their soldiers legionaries. A legionary was a Roman soldier and was something the Romans were very famous for. The legions, which is what Rome called their army, were renowned for their discipline and courage. This was a reason why Rome was able to expand. And as Rome expanded and changed, so did the legionary. This is what they would have looked like at the beginning. And here, as they grew. You can see as Rome grew and became more advanced, their legionaries were equipped better. They were very heavily armored for their time period, which allowed them to win many victories. Similar to how veterans in the United States are viewed highly by our society, so did the Romans look favorably on those who served their country. And let's also agree, the Roman legionaries just look really cool. Well, that brings us to the end of today's lesson. I hope I was able to teach you a thing or two about the Romans, so let's review some of the takeaways. Number 1, Rome was a city that turned into a large country that was around a very long time ago. Number 2, people from Rome were called Romans and spoke Latin. Number 3, Romans did some really cool things, and you should really try to learn more about them. So if you want to know more about them, ask your parent or educators for books or videos about Rome and the Romans. If you enjoy the video, consider subscribing to see more videos. I make educational videos for all ages and work hard to make sure they're both accurate and enjoyable. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave me a message in the comments. So until next time, Salve Young Legionaries.